Hi, welcome back to my channel, you guys. So I'm excited about today's coaching video because today I'm going to be giving you 4 tips on how you can make the second half of this year a success. So let's jump right on in. Number 1, think about your goals. You will need to spend some time away from other people. That means your family, your friends, your technology, just to think. Use this time to look at your goals. What have you accomplished? Are you on track? And if you aren't, you will need to figure out what you need to do to get back on track. Determine what your top priorities are for the second half of the year and then make them happen. And y'all, this goes back to what I always say. You've got to write it down. Write down your goals. That way, I don't have it with me, but you know, I use my vision book, because I don't use a vision board, but I use my vision book, and I'm able to track my goals and things that I want to accomplish because it's in that book. And then I look in that book every day faithfully, sometimes more than once a day, but every day, at least once a day, I'm looking in that book because I like to see what I've completed. I like to see what I still need to complete. I like to see if my goals are still relevant to me now, because sometimes when you write down goals, well, at least for me, at the last week in December or first week in January, we're now in July, maybe that was a priority then, but it's not necessarily a priority to me now. Okay, so number 2, take a short break. Very few people can go full speed ahead without ever taking a break. Something eventually breaks down, be it your health, your decision-making ability, your personal life. Protect what's important and take the necessary time off. It bothers me when I see people that just keep, it's like the little engine that just keeps going and going and going. But eventually, you're going to start to break down. So you need to take some time away. Step back. It's all right to step back and say, hey, you know what? I'm just washing my hands of it just for a couple of days, for a week, a weekend, whatever you choose. Go away somewhere. Go to a cabin in the mountains. But just get away where you can start to really think, regroup, because and if not, you will start to fall apart, and we don't want that. Number 3, re-examine your expectations. Expectations of yourself, other people, other places, other things, your business, and or your goals. Look at the time frames that you've set for each of these things and adjust where necessary. Remember, it goes back to what I just said. If you set these goals at the beginning of the year, that was January, this is now July. Then and then soon we'll be into August and September and October, November, December. The same goals and time frames you set at the beginning of the year may not be there may not be things that you can accomplish now that you're getting down to the end of the year, and I don't want anybody to fail, so you may have to tweak those just a little bit. Okay, look at the time frames that you've set for each of these things and then adjust where necessary. You may even need to go back and look at, and I'm assuming that you did this, but you may have to go back and look at your 30, your 60, your 90, your 6-month, and your 1-year plans. Yes, it's that deep, and there are people that break their plans down exactly that way. So starting now in July, from July to December, you need to set a 30-day goal or goals, 60-day goals, 90-day goals, 6-month goals, and then 1-year goals. So maybe you have things that you want to do that you're not going to get done between now and December that may spill over into next year. That's okay too. But specifically, I do want you to reevaluate what you said you want to accomplish, or what you feel like you need to accomplish between July and December. Okay? Your chances of accomplishing your goals increases by 200%, you guys. Y'all hear what I said? 200% if they are written down. I cannot stress that enough. You've got to write it down. If I had to walk around with everything that's in my vision book up here, honey, let me tell you something. Half of it I wouldn't even remember, because every now and then I go through my vision book and I look at what I wrote down. I go, I forgot I even wrote that in here. So write it down. And number 4, make sure you acknowledge and celebrate your wins and your losses. Yes, I said and your losses. So make sure you celebrate no matter how big or small your wins or successes are. Always acknowledge your losses so that you can try to avoid the same mistake twice. See, what happens is that when we lose at something, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. God forbid you put it down on paper somewhere, because we want it, look, it happened, I'm moving on, I'm done with it. No, celebrate your wins and your losses. Acknowledge both of them. And you might say, well, Michelle, why in the world would I want to celebrate a loss? Let me tell you something. Number 1, you had the courage to step out there and do it. Okay, you stepped out there to do that thing when nobody else did. You stepped out to do whatever it was you said you were going to do when other people said they were going to do stuff and they didn't step out to do that. So it's all right. Pat yourself on the back. Hey, you know what, Michelle? I gave it a good go. It just didn't work out. Now I can go back to the drawing board and figure out why didn't it work. Oh, okay, well, I have 6 steps. Maybe I need to cut this down to 4 steps. And if I cut out these other 2 steps, then guess what? This thing may work out the next time. So stop walking away with your head down, with your lip poked out, looking wise and otherwise because it didn't work out. No, pat yourself on the back anyway because you tried. Y'all, that's a whole video in and of itself. But we don't have that kind of time today. So I'm going to do a quick recap. Today I shared 4 tips with you on how you can make the second half of the year a success. See, the other thing, before I go back into my recap, the other thing that I find is that a lot of times people think, well, you know, I planned to do ABC or XYZ. It didn't work out. So now you're kind of feeling in a funky space. It's all right to, well, let me say this. It's all right to feel like you're in a funky space, but I want you to quickly get up, brush yourself off, and keep it moving. You are not the only one that did not accomplish goals this year. There are some very highly successful people, highly motivated people, powerful people that set goals, and those goals didn't manifest themselves. So please stop knocking yourself over the head because you didn't achieve something that you set out to do. It happens. Like I said, I go through my vision book quite often. There's some things that I said I wanted to do at the beginning of the year, but now I go back and look, it's like, yeah, I don't think I really want to do that. There's some things that I said I wanted to do that I've now built upon because I just have come up with all these great ideas, just like with my car vlogs. I hope y'all watching them on every Monday and Friday. I do have a car vlog. Every now and then I may have one on a Saturday, but that has now required me to do some more work because I'm constantly looking for topics to talk about for those car vlogs because I do it twice a week. So I said all that to say, don't feel bad if you said you wanted to do something at the beginning of the year and here we are middle point and it just didn't work out. It's all right. You have 1 or 2 options. You can look at that thing and see, hey, do I really want to do it? Or look at that thing and say, yep, I do, but I'm going to have to tweak it just a little bit in order to get it done between now and the end of the year. Here's your recap and I'm going to let you be. Number 1, think about your goals. Think about your goals. And again, if you're writing them down, guess what? You have them in front of you to look at. But think about your goals. Ask yourself, have you accomplished what you said you wanted to accomplish? Are you on track? And if not, what do you need to do to get on track? Or is that thing even relevant anymore? Number 2, take a short break. Every now and then, you do need to just kind of walk away, get yourself together, clear your mind, get your thoughts together, take a deep breath. Usually by the end of the year, I am not even going to lie to you guys, I get so burnt out doing videos for YouTube. And I love it, but it can be draining because you're constantly coming up with content. You've got to do research. You've got to record your videos, upload, edit, all of that good stuff, create thumbnails. It takes a lot out of you. It really does take a lot out of you. So every now and then, you know, you may have to take a little break. And who knows, maybe at the end of the year I may say, you know what, I think I'm going to take off maybe the last 2 weeks in December and not post anything because I just want to take a break. We'll see how I feel. And number 3, re-examine your expectations. Sometimes our expectations are up here and we need to kind of bring them down just a little bit. Not saying that you don't want to expect the best, but sometimes our expectations are not realistic. Do you get what I'm saying? Our expectations sometimes are not realistic. We're trying to live up in here, but realistically, you need to bring it down some. So look at your expectations, right? And this is your expectations of yourself, other people, your other places, other things, your business, your goals, your family members. Heck, even your enemies, to be honest with you. So re-examine your expectations. And I love where it says your chances of accomplishing your goals increases by 200% if they are written down. Can't stress that enough. And number 4, make sure you acknowledge and celebrate your wins and your losses. Again, you're not celebrating your losses because who wants to celebrate a loss? But acknowledge. That's what I need you to do. Acknowledge, yes, this didn't work out. Don't get to a place where you just want to walk away and say, well, you know what, I'm not going to address it because if I address it, then it makes it real. Well, guess what? It's real whether you address it or not. So it's okay to acknowledge your losses. That's how you grow. If I do something and it doesn't work out, I go back to the drawing board and say, okay, Let me see, what did I do? Okay, I did all of these things. Maybe I should have done this, or I could have did less of this, more of that, whatever the case may be. But if you don't acknowledge it, you can't fix what you won't acknowledge. It's just that simple. You cannot fix what you won't acknowledge. So that's all I have, you guys. Thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me and all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back, and you know the drill. There's nothing you can do about it, so don't even try it, because I'm going to love you anyway. I'm going to love you when you're up. I'm going to love you when you're down. I'm going to love you even when you're being unlovable, because I have that much love in me that I can love you no matter what. Unconditional love. That's what we need to have for one another. So, again, y'all check your goals out. If you didn't write them down at the beginning of the year, it's okay. Don't stress. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let it out and start putting pen to paper. Pen to paper. Write down what you would like to accomplish between July and December, and then come up with a plan to make those things happen. Because I want you guys to be successful. I want all of us to be successful. Until next time, take care.